So I assume the reason you've clicked on this video is because, just like myself, you love Batman, especially Michael Keaton's portrayal of him. And with the recent amount of Keaton media currently released, such as his portrayal in the Flash movie, alongside his comic run by Sam Hamm and Joe Quinones, who I was actually lucky enough to meet recently, and most recently the book Batman Resurrection, which takes place in between both 89 and Batman Returns. I thought it'd be great to try and tackle and give a full description and understanding on the Keatonverse, or possibly verses. This series is going to consist of multiple episodes where I break down different forms of media which Keaton has been presented as Batman, whether that be through cameos, movies or other forms of media. In today's episode, however, I'll be making a video on where it all started, this being the Tim Burton movies, both Batman 89 and Batman Returns, this being known as the Burtonverse. These movies are probably some of the key movies of many children from the late 80s and early 90s, with it bringing a completely new take on the character in live action, compared to the more light-hearted and campy take done by the late great Adam West. This movie shifted away from the one-liners and bright colours to the more dark and gothic tones of the Batman comics of the time, such as The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, along with Batman the Killing Joke. This is also where we see Michael Keaton don the mask of Batman for the very first time, which to the shock of many critics of the time turned out to be a massive success, leading to a sequel movie, Batman Returns. In both of these movies we're introduced to an array of characters. In the first movie, Batman 89, we're introduced to Alfred, Vicky Vale, Harvey Dent and the Joker, and of course Batman, as some of the key figures. And in Batman Returns, we are further introduced to Selina Kyle as both herself and Catwoman, Oswald Cobblepot, or better known as the Penguin. And from these movies, we get a good idea of Tim Burton's vision of Gotham and what he feels his Batman universe should be. With Batman Returns ending with Catwoman not actually dying and Bruce going back to his manor with Alfred supposedly leading on to further adventures with Keaton as Batman. However, this is where it becomes more complicated. When the reviews came back for Batman Returns, many fans loved it. However, many of the younger audience and the parents of those said audience were not so impressed, as it actually scared many children, having somewhat been promoted as a kid-friendly movie. This was due to the McDonald's collaboration in the build-up for the film. Due to these reviews, it led to Tim Burton being replaced by Joel Schumacher, and with the exile of Tim Burton, it led to Michael Keaton also leaving the project. So this is where it all starts to become a bit more complicated with the Keatonverse, as with the end of the Burtonverse it can be seen that in itself it is its own universe, due to it being the only two main movies having Michael Keaton as Batman, and therefore that is the main Keatonverse, also known as Earth 89, due to the movies starting in 1989. However, it's not that simple, as both of Joel Schumacher's movies were made to be seen as a continuation of the Burton movies, having originally trying to get Michael Keaton as the lead role, and therefore another universe can be seen as Batman 89 through to Batman and Robin, and therefore the original tetralogy could be seen as the main Keatonverse. Yet with further media being presented of Michael Keaton's Batman, it has been seen that there are possibly multiple Keatonverses, yet one of the most concrete and known ones being Earth 789, which was first seen in Dark Crisis Big Bang Issue 1, where it is seen as a location visited by the Flash. Earth 789 is the combination of both Donner's and Reeves' Superman movies of the late 70s and early 80s, along with Burton's movies 89 and Batman Returns. This is a suggestion that all of these movies happen in the same Earth, with Superman and Supergirl being the only superheroes of this Earth, with Batman also cohabiting in it. Obviously not being a superhero, so therefore not having superpowers. For many, Earth 789 is used as the best way of explaining what Earth both the Keaton Batman's from and the Christopher Reeves Batman is from, as it easily explains that both movies of Burton's and all four movies of Donner's are all coexisting in the same Earth. However, with further media such as the Batman '89 comics done by Sam Hamm, and the convoluted ideas of Superman Returns actually being a sequel to Superman 2, this really makes it hard to say whether Earth 789 is the true Keatonverse, as the Donner movies themselves make it hard to understand whether it stops at Superman 2 and goes on to Superman Returns, or whether it goes on from Superman 1 all the way through to Superman 4. Yet, this will all be covered in the next episode, where I dig deeper into the ideas and theories brought up with the appearance of Keaton along with other Earths in the DCEU movie The Flash. But if you did enjoy this short deep dive into the Keatonverse, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave your thoughts on what you think is the real Keatonverse in the comments below. But thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. So until then, peace.